Sorry. Hi, my name is Eli Neal, and this is my new music listening submission. I just do it on Band by Brad Paisley. He's a big country music guy. It was released on March 23rd, 2009. Sorry, I'm looking at the date to make sure I get it right. The songwriters are Chris Dubois, Ashley Gorley, and Brad Paisley. So he co-wrote it, and it was produced by Frank Rogers. It was a part of his 2009 album, and it debuted on SNL. That was the first thing first place he sang it at. Fun fact, it was one of 4 songs that he had that went double platinum, which is pretty cool. But as far as the actual the song, it's a very even song for most of it. It's obviously a newer age music, so it starts with verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, bridge, and usually some version of the chorus. And it's typical country music. The music's kind of all the same. I'll admit that, but I specifically love the song, and I'll get to that at the end. But I wanted to go ahead and I have the time marked up here, 106 minute 6 seconds at the end of the first verse, and there's a crescendo, and the song, the verse is pretty even tempered, or even tempo, even tempo, and then it crescendos at the end, and then it cuts off right before it starts the chorus, but it doesn't cut away to nothing going on. It just cuts back down to the even tempo of the chorus, and the chorus continues at even tempo, and it goes like that all the way until you get to the start of the bridge, and then the bridge on out, and it's kind of a little bit different, but we'll get to it with it. The instruments that are in it, obviously there's drums. The drums lead the way and keep the pace of the music, and then there's a piano, and acoustic guitar that started out, so it's pretty slow, pretty mellow, and then towards the end of the second verse, throughout the second verse, the electric guitar comes in a little bit, and then at the end of the second verse, it comes in pretty strong, it crescendos up and everything, and then it leads into the chorus, and then after the chorus, there's a little electric guitar solo, with the drums keeping beat in the back. There's an electric guitar solo that leads into the bridge. So the bridge ends at 2:45, and it comes this big deep crescendo, and then slows it way down, and then it's really quiet, and then mellow it out, and then it big crescendo at 3 minutes again, and then it goes back into it, and then it decrescendos again, and then 3:17. So it's kind of this up and down, which I like because it keeps me interested in the music, because I have trouble focusing sometimes with this one. It keeps going up and down, so you gotta focus. And then at 4 minutes, the music the vocals kind of fade out. There's a little bit of background vocals, but it's mainly just an electric guitar, just going back through the same music that it played in the first verse, just a little bit up tempo, because it's the end of the song. And then at 5:03, there's not really even that much of a decrescendo. 5:03 is the ending of it. There's not that much of a decrescendo. It's just it almost cuts out. It's a very short decrescendo, and then it finishes. But I have a very important. This song means a lot to me. So I got engaged this past weekend, which I'm super happy. But so I am super happy, and I'm so excited that this is the song we've chosen that we're going to do for our first dance, and it perfectly encapsulates how we feel about each other, because we've said that we've loved each other for forever, throughout this whole, we've been dating for almost 2 years, and ever since, a month in, which maybe isn't too soon, but I've loved her since a month in, and really love